Welcome back if you have been here before, and welcome if you are visiting today. Today we continue the sessions related to the first source of learning from the self. As I introduced it before in the previous session, education is not enough. Learning is a six-fold structure. Our core learning comes from the self. Like mentioned in the previous session, there is the inner self and the outer self. The inner self is our mind, heart, soul, and spirit. It is like a garden near or surrounding our home that we have to nurture consistently and consciously to keep it alive and regenerative. And needless to say here, it is complex, and up to this day and forever, it will be unfathomable. It has the core of our existence as human beings, with more than just bodies and minds and life hustles that we know. It involves our life purpose. The outer self is of no less complexity. It has been the core of scientific, mathematical, and philosophical discussions for centuries, and the discoveries continue and will forever do. But what is our outer self? Very simply, it is the canvas of all living and non-living beings around us, human beings and the natural world. Human beings are the people we live with, spend time with, and work with. Small family, big or extended family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, and every person we may encounter on any day of our lives. Why human beings are our outer self? This is so deep to discuss, and since this is an introductory session, I state it in a simple way. We live in small circles and big circles of a community. The small circle is mainly our small family and few of our big or extended family members. The big circle is mainly those other big or extended family members and other close people such as colleagues, peers, and others who we meet on a regular basis. These specific people in our small or big circles of community act in ways that are simply reflections of our own self. And this shows easily in our children. Our children show aspects of character that mirror us. For example, when a child is anxious, before we quickly judge that this is his anxiety or her anxiety, we'd better look at ourselves. Because if we reflect and connect the dots, we will feel our anxiety, which we may know or we may not be aware of. Members in our family who display anger or fear are mirrors of our own anger and fear. And that's why we say if we want to change others, we first get to change ourselves. And more elaboration on human beings as a form of our outer self in upcoming sessions. The natural world is the other form of our outer self. Its nature in all its facets, our planet and the cosmos. The natural world, organic and non-organic, biotic and abiotic. Biotic factors are living things, plants, animals, bacteria, while the abiotic are the non-living things, such as the water, the soil, the atmosphere. Biology Dictionary explains these two factors in an ecosystem. A biotic factor is a living thing that has an impact on another population of living things or on the environment. Abiotic factors do the same thing, but they are non-living. Together, biotic and abiotic factors make up an ecosystem. To survive, biotic factors need abiotic factors. In turn, biotic factors can limit the kinds and amounts of biotic factors in an ecosystem. And I talk particularly about this in my GCED orbits approach model, which is particularly ecocentrism. And we will talk about this in later sessions. So why is the natural world an outer self? Now, this is also complex. So in this introductory session, I stated in a simple way, we as humans are microcosm of Earth, its components, and the entire universe. Just like we have a body, mind, soul, and spirit, the universe also has a body, mind, soul, and spirit. We are a universe within a universe. Now, this may be difficult to understand or believe, but when we reflect, we can prove the body of the cosmos, which is the matter that the universe is made of. Now, first, what is the universe? And what is the difference between the universe and the cosmos? The universe comes from the Latin word universum, meaning everything that exists. And the universe according to Swinburne University of Technology, Australia, refers to everything within the cosmos. And the cosmos, in this case, planets, stars, galaxies, light, and even the vacuum between these entities. And this denotes a state of chaos when we think about all those behaviors in the universe. On the other hand, cosmos comes from the Greek word kosmos, meaning order or harmony. And it's true, because when all these components sketch a full picture, the harmony is very beautiful. It's beautifully evident. I was always fascinated with astrophysics, which is the study of the universe in relation to the laws and concepts of physics, which is also one of my favorite fields. Astrophysics studies planets, black holes, asteroids, galaxies, all types of stars, dark matter, nebulae, and so much more. So how can we as humans be a microcosm of Earth, its components, and the entire universe? Now let us think of two core principles to be our introduction for this outer self. Number one, cycles. The entire universe moves in cycles, and so do we. We human beings, along with animals and plants, all go through life cycles. And this is what is taught in schools: human life cycle, butterfly cycle, frog life cycle, plant life cycle. But we do not teach or help children learn that these are connected on Earth and beyond. The moon moves in cycles from crescent to full moon every month. We teach this in schools, but we do not emphasize the influence of the moon movement from crescent to full moon on the lives of all creatures on Earth. The stars have life cycles of low mass stars, from nebula to red giant planetary nebula to white dwarf, from high mass stars to red supergiant to supernova to neutron star or black hole, depending on its high or very high mass nature. And point number two, seasons. This connects to the point of cycles, but at a smaller scale. So we have always known and been taught that in schools, that there are 4 seasons: autumn, winter, spring, summer. School teaches about yellow falling leaves, snow, new buds, and harvest, but seasons mean much more than that. Each season is marked by an opening, a door into which a vase has full considerations. We will talk about this more in later sessions, but when we think about us humans, don't we also have seasons in our lives? Of course we do. We have spring. This is when we are born, so fresh and promising. We have summer as we grow older into adulthood and we are vibrant with feats and accomplishments. We have autumn after the 50 or 60 years of age, when our bodies start to dwindle in strength and texture. And then moving to 70s and 80s to winter time, when our bodies start to fade and we find ourselves back into this rest mode. And unfortunately, this rest mode is forced on us. Unfortunately, it is not chosen. More core principles in the next session when we talk more about our outer self. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening.